The Rubik's Cube was invented in 1974 and hit shelves in 1980, quickly becoming the best-selling toy of all time with a jaw-dropping 500 million sold. But for a small group of us, the cube is more than just a toy. It's a passion, a sport, and we are the so-called cubers. In this video, I'll show you how the iconic puzzle is totally different, how a 7-year-old can shake up the entire cubing scene, and how we, as a community, can bring speed cubing to the world. But let's start by looking at how much the Rubik's Cube itself has changed over the years. And over here I actually have one of the first releases ever from 1980. But did you know that the first ever Rubik's Cube wasn't even called that? It was called the Magic Cube, which I also have right here. It's heavy, the stickers peel off, and the turning is, well, let's say it's a good exercise for your fingers. But now compare that to the GAN 15, the newest release from the most popular speed cube brand. These two cubes is like comparing a Volkswagen Beetle to a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which I so badly want, by the way, so please subscribe, thank you. The Porsche is faster, no question, just like today's speed cubes. Modern speed cubes turn without any effort, allowing you to turn at over 20 turns per second. But speed isn't everything. Just like a sports car needs the massive spoiler to stay on the road, speed cubes need something to control all that speed. Magnets. Modern speed cubes have magnets in all sorts of places. The edges, the corners, the core, the corners, and even under the center caps. Yo, why would you need that many magnets, man? Well, traditional corner edge magnets keep the cube in its cube shape while turning. Core magnets take it a step further, providing auto alignment that practically pushes each turn to the next. And then there's maglev technology, which replaces springs by repelling magnets. Now, what's the point of this? I guess this one speaks for itself. But let's be real, if a Porsche had the Beatles tires, good luck taking sharp corners. Similarly, if the cube slips out of your hands, you cannot really get good times, right? And that's why the flagship speed cubes often come with a UV coating, an extra glossy layer on the outside of the cube, providing extra grip. Now take a look at the Porsche's steering wheel. Buttons and dials everywhere for fine-tuning every little detail. Meanwhile, the Beetle... yeah, how do you even put on the blinkers for real? Just like that, modern speed cubes come with dual adjustment systems, letting you tweak both the tension and the elasticity for full control. And even on top of that, a lot of cubes come with adjustable magnets. What? That's crazy. And finally, just like a car engine needs oil, speed cubes need lubricants to keep them running smoothly. There are so many different types of loops nowadays, some speed your cube up and others add control. But they all help you give your cube a buttery smooth, personalized feel. I mean, if you use the correct loop, that is.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, speed cubes have come a long way. And if you want to experience one for yourself, you can head over to TheCubicle.com, my sponsor since the very start of my channel. They've got all of the best speed cubes, lubricants, accessories, and even a Hello Kitty Rubik's Cube. Forget about the Porsche, this is what I really want. Oh, and by the way, just a few days ago, The Cubicle and I released our very first ever custom engineered cube, the Moyu Weilong Ferro Core. We started working on it months ago and it's incredible to finally see it out in the world. So if you're interested in any of this, make sure to use discount code CUBEHEAD at checkout for a huge discount. But let's get back to the video. If you think the GAN 15 was impressive, wait until you hear about the GAN 12 UI. Not just a speed cube, but a smart cube. Yes, a Rubik's Cube that connects to your phone, tracks your souls in real time, and even lets you battle other cubers online. Cool and futuristic, but unfortunately not competition legal. And why that is, we'll see later in the video. But here's the thing, no matter how fast your car is, it's all about the person behind the wheel. And trust me, today's cubers are some really cool drivers. Although not old enough to get a driver's license, because first up we have Yihang Wang, the prodigy who's completely dominated the scene. In 2023, at just 8 years old, Yihang broke the world record average with an average time of 4.69 seconds. Our bro is so good that he scared himself there for a second. And now at an impressive 10 years old, He's pulling off sub 5-second averages like it's no big deal. In fact, his current world record average is 4.05 seconds. Average. Now, to put that into perspective, you might remember the legendary moment where Felix Zemdex broke the single world record with a solve of 4.73 seconds. A single solve. Jiang now averages faster than what was once considered a nearly impossible feat. However, Jiang doesn't have the single world record. It is currently an impressive 3.13 seconds by the legendary Max Spark. So if Jiang is clearly the best cuber, why doesn't he have the world record? Well, single world records usually rely on a bit of luck. For example, the last 6 world records all had something in common: a PLL skip. It basically means to skip the last step of the solve by getting lucky. And any of the top 100 cubers in the world can break the world record with a ton of luck. Once a 2-second official solve would be considered impossible. But now the question is, when will we see it? And who will set it? But maybe the better question would be, what method will be used? You see, almost all top cubers, including Jiang, use the CFOP method. Now, CFOP stands for Cross, F2L, OLL, and PLL, a step-by-step system that breaks the solve into 4 parts. Now, because you can easily transition from the beginner method to the CFOP method, and it is extremely fast and efficient with only 78 last layer algorithms, it is just the most widely used method by speedcubers. But very recently, a new method is starting to shake things up, the Zebrowski-Brochem method, or simply the ZB method. Think of ZB as CFOP on steroids. Instead of solving the last layer in 2 steps, ZB finishes the last layer in a single step, using one of the 493 ZBLL algorithms. It is ridiculously efficient, but insanely hard to master. Why? Well, recognizing one of the almost 500 cases in real time without pausing too much, because you don't want to be sacrificing speed for efficiency, is nearly impossible. Or at least that's what we thought. Enter Xuanyi Gang. Sorry if I'm butchering these pronunciations, but I'm not Chinese, okay? I'm just gonna call him Xuanyi. Now, Xuanyi is only 7 years old, but he's already second in the world, right behind Jiang. But here's the cool thing. He uses the impressive ZB method. And seeing someone so young master such a complex method is just mind-blowing. The dude is 7 years old. I don't know if I could even tie my shoes at that age. Xuanyi's precision, recognition and execution are nothing short of incredible. But the best part of all, in my opinion, is that he's having fun with it. But while CFOP and ZB are closely related, another totally different method is gaining traction: the Roo method. Now, Roo is a more intuitive block building approach instead of a layer-by-layer method. Roo requires fewer moves, making it highly efficient for specific events like one-handed solving, where it currently holds the world record average. And just the other day, Alexei Tsvetkov from Russia got the first official sub-4 single using the method. And who knows, maybe we'll see someone like Alexei climb the very top soon. But the question probably everyone has at this moment is, why are kids dominating the cubing world? Well, to answer this, you need to understand a fundamental concept. For cubing, you don't want to waste time thinking. Sure, buddy, you're telling me I can solve one of these things without thinking. Yeah, exactly. Compare it to typing on your phone. In the beginning, you had to look for each letter, making it super slow. But with enough practice, words fly on your phone just as you'd think of them. This is called muscle memory. And muscle memory is paramount when trying to cube fast. The more you drill techniques and algorithms, the less you think. And that's because the subconscious mind is so much faster than the conscious mind. And kids? Well, they're incredible at creating muscle memory. Their brains are like sponges soaking up hundreds of algorithms with ease. And that's the same reason why learning a language is so much easier when you're younger. Plus, let's face it, they've got the time to practice. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna cook for dinner later today. Banana for dinner? Awesome! This combination of advancing methods, younger cubers, and better access to knowledge is why world records are dropping so fast. But speed cubing isn't just about records or algorithms, it's about something so much bigger. To truly understand what makes this world so special, we need to dive into the heart of it, the community. Let's start with cubing competitions. To outsiders, they might look like a quiet room full of people solving puzzles. But for us, there's so much more. The nerves before a round, knowing that all the knowledge and skills you've worked on come down to just a few seconds, that pressure is real. And when you finally do break your personal record, well man, that feeling is unmatched. Same as with getting a +2 on a crucial solve, that just hurts. Competitions are where the magic happens. The World Cube Association, or WCA, has been organizing these events since 2004. They've done an incredible job bringing cubing to nearly every corner of the world. But as a non-profit, they face challenges. Prize money, for an example, is shockingly low. Just $3,000 for winning the 3x3 World Championships. And I know that's enough to buy like 150 Hello Kitty cubes. But comparing that to other sports with a similar audience, with prize pools in the hundreds of thousands, it's clear cubing still has a long way to go. But I've experienced firsthand that monetization and cubing don't always go hand in hand. Ever since I released a paid cubing course I literally worked months on, with hours of high quality content and even featuring one of the best cubers in the world, I've been seeing some negative comments and fake reviews all over the internet. Now, so far I'm only getting positive feedback from my buyers, but for some reason cubers feel the need to portray it as an act of evil. Which I don't think is fair, since all the tutorials and content I've ever made is free and benefiting the entire community. And here's the thing, money in itself isn't evil. It's what allows creators like myself to dedicate more time to building this community. Or buy Hello Kitty cubes. Imagine if more top cubers had the resources to focus full-time on their craft, or if more creators could spend every day making better content for you. Better monetization doesn't hurt the sport, it helps it grow. And that's where companies like GAN are showing us what's possible. Their smart cube competitions are pushing boundaries, making cubing so much more interactive and engaging. Because cubers turn so fast, having live data of the smart cubes can be really useful for us spectators. GAN's prize money for their last competition was triple that of what the WCA offered for the World Championships. That's crazy, isn't it? But as of now, there's no plans to integrate smart cubes into official WCA competitions. And to me, that's just a missed opportunity. But cubing isn't just about competitions or making a living. It's about belonging. I've met so many people who've told me cubing helped them feel like they belonged somewhere. Cubing welcomes everyone, no matter your age, background, or skill level. And a lot of people think of solving a Rubik's Cube as impossible. But with the right guidance, you can learn it. And not just learn it, but master it. Last year, I started creating tutorials. Yes, they're free. Seems like people forget to mention that part. By now, these videos have helped millions of people solve their cube for the first time. And now I'm trying to bundle everything there is out there in one place, Cube Academy. And my goal for Cube Academy is to make it the go-to resource for anyone who wants to start or improve their cubing journey. Whether you're solving your first cube or chasing world records, Cube Academy will make cubing easier and more fun than ever. So tell me, are you ready to become a cuber?